The right care, right at home. Australia's premier in-home care provider. Local legends want it. A Bowls Green is just up the road. Search Bowls Clubs near me.
From the wide outdoors to the great indoors, this is Without Bias.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Without Bias right here on 1116 SEN, your home of sport. Val Febbo here with you once more for Bowls Australia. A Bowls Green is right around the corner. Search Bowls Greens near me. And we've got another big show tonight on the program because BPL 20 is really close now. We are getting very excited. Oceania Challenge, we're still talking about that. And the Nationals is under a month away. Cohen Litman, he's going to join me to chat about that and the Oceania Challenge. But before that, Dave Ferguson, the inaugural coach of the Sydney Saints in BPL 20. This is going to be so exciting. He's also part of the New South Wales state side that is going to try and defend the Ali Shield at the Nationals at Club Tweed in less than a month's time. Dave joins me on the line now. How are you going?
Very good, Val. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for jumping on. It's a big couple of months coming up for yourself, and we'll start with the BPL 20 and the Sydney Saints. How excited are you? It's St John's Park, finally a part of the tournament. You must be absolutely chomping at the bit to get up to Pine Rivers.
Yeah, it's something our club has been looking forward to for a number of years. We have been trying to get in for a couple of years and just had to wait patiently and do a lot of hard work in the background. Very excited for our club. It's a club that's very much promotes bowls and it's great to see us in the event.
They certainly do, and it's such a big club out there in Sydney's West, and it's a massive focal point of the whole area. But what does it mean to St John's to have a team?
I think because, as you did say, in Western Sydney, I think you just look at other sports like Penrith and how much sport means to people around this area. It's one of those things, sport like a religion sometimes in this area. So some of our homegrown talent that's been here for a number of years and to be able to play in such a prestigious event, is such an honour because I think a club like ours, we've been trying to strive for it and we're really looking forward to it.
What was your reaction when you were asked to be the inaugural coach?
I was very excited. I kind of had a feeling I would be, obviously being the coach here at St John's already, having a good understanding of a couple of our players as well and a little bit of experience in the events to date. So I was able to coach a team and we had a win in that one, and that was my first and last coaching appearance to date. So I was really super pumped and I really thank the club for the honour.
That was BPL 11, if I recall correctly. Was that with the former Murray Steamers?
Yes. Yeah. No. I played the year before, and it's kind of a different experience. We like from playing and coaching, but we set out with a plan at the start of the week and got to know the players and we had formed a really good bond that week and we're hoping to do that the same time around for the Saints.
That's brilliant. And you're going to have a pretty handy team with Dawn Heyman, Ben Twist and Jamie Walker. How confident are you of a good showing? Well,
it's more getting to know Jamie because obviously we've it's going to be short preparation with Jamie, but obviously Dawn and Twisty, we've played a lot of bowls together at Platinum and major events around, so already got a kind of an understanding with those guys, and it's just trying to get as quickly trying to form those combinations at work and trying to get an understanding of the players. I guess that coaching role is more to try and understand what your players are feeling and there's a little bit more to the coaching than just holding up a sign, I guess. So trying to get the understanding of the players and see how they're feeling during those events and even different rinks. There's a lot to it.
And in terms of all the tactics that you might bring, have you got anything up your sleeve that you can share, or is it all going to be held pretty close to the chest?
I don't. I think most good coaches of it, and what I tried to do when we did win it with Mahoma is not try and waste too many power plays. I think that's and understanding, and don't be afraid to try things. As I said, the worst power play you've got is the one that's wasted. So, and then probably just stick to the guns, and hopefully just if there's a decision to be made, don't be afraid to make it, and then just really just communicate with the players and really just trying to get an understanding, obviously.
Brilliant. And what does it mean to you to represent your own club? Like, as you said before, you've represented Moama before, but you're going to be there in the St. John's Park colours. How much does that mean to you personally?
Well, it means it's a lot. I don't think, it was a great honour with Moama, but having a franchise and representing your actual club that you actually play out day in, day out is one of the greatest honours. It's when we were trying to get in it, we discussed that and said how great it would be to represent the club. Like, I know Ben's played for the Lions for a lot of years and had a great relationship there, but Ben's been here for a lot of his bowling career, so it's pretty special for him, and Dawn, she's been here for a long time too. So for those guys, it's really extra special to be playing, and for me as a head coach here at St. John's, and to be able to have the opportunity to coach the Saints it's going to be an unreal feeling, and hopefully we can go away, put a really good showing in. We got a really good support crew. We've got probably around 20 already booked in to go up there, and the club's doing a lot of hard work behind the scenes. Anthony's doing a really good job, and the board of directors have been super supportive. So, so it's going to be a really good week. So the support's going to be really good.
I'm looking forward to seeing the fans in action. But before any of that transpires, you're going to be at Club Tweed for the Australian Sides Championships. Congratulations for being selected for New South Wales. How much are you looking forward to getting up to Tweed?
Oh, it's one of those things that the Australian Sides is always regarded as one of the greatest events to represent New South Wales in such a strong state. To have the honour is unreal. I've been lucky enough to play over 150 games now for New South Wales, and it doesn't get old anytime soon. To have that honour to play with such great players, it's outstanding. So we're really looking forward to it. We've had a really good lead-up couple of series against Victoria and Queensland. Got the jobs done there, but obviously the hard work starts again when it comes Ali Shield time.
You won it last year. How confident are you of defending it?
Oh, well, obviously you got to go in there with that confidence. We did really good. We probably set a record there with 20 out of 21 rinks and went undefeated. So we'll go in confident, but obviously we've got pretty much the nucleus of the same side, with a couple of new inclusions this year, with a couple of Australian squad members and a little bit of a new look, but the majority of the side remains the same. So we've got that combination there. It's been one of those things. We've built those relationships with each other. We've got a couple of rivalries in local areas, but when it comes to that state stuff, it's all about playing for the Blues, and we've done that really well the last couple of years, and really we've got those combinations down pat at the back end especially, and we're really confident. But obviously you still got to put the showing on and get the job done when we're up there.
The teams are absolutely stacked when you look at all three quartets in the New South Wales men's lineup. Then you throw in the addition of Cody Packer and Nick Cahill, as you mentioned, a couple of those people in the Australian squad. How big are those two in terms of inclusions into the New South Wales team?
Obviously, mate, they're in Australian squads for a reason, and they do add that thing. We lost a couple of great players in Ray and Matty Miles through one retirement, one having a year off. Unfortunately, we lost Daniel Hill just through selection, but Daniel done a great job there last year, and it was a really hard one, I bet, for our selectors to make. But I think in any side, I guess, we've seen a lot of good teams over the years with probably superstar players. It's all about how you form as a team and create that bond as we did last year. And through those 2 series we've had already, we've built that kind of relationships, and hopefully that continues. But as I said, once we get up there, it's about performing, and unless we come together as a team and really and form that bond, anything can happen if we don't put our best foot forward.
I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes at Club Tweed in just on a month's time. Dave, thank you very much for joining me on Without Bias today. It's been an absolute pleasure to chat to you and talk about BPL 20 as well as the Ali Shield and what that means. But thanks again for joining me. Good luck with the next couple of months because they are going to be big, but I'll be looking forward to seeing you in action both on and off the green.
Thanks, Val. Go the Blues and go the Saints.
Dave Ferguson joining me on Without Bias. An absolute pleasure to have him on the program to talk about the Sydney Saints and the Australian Sides Championships, which is coming up at the Nationals at Club Tweed. Speaking of the Nationals, some big news over the last couple of days with Tasmania announced as the hosts of the 2025 event. So all of the Nationals competitions will head to the Apple Isle in 2025, and we're really looking forward to getting down there. There's some great clubs in Tasmania. So head to bowls.com.au for plenty more on that with some great information provided there. Up next, Cohen Litman to talk plenty more on Without Bias.
The Right Care, Right at Home. Australia's premier in-home care provider. Local legends wanted. A Bowls Green is just up the road. Search Bowls clubs near me.
From the wide outdoors to the great indoors, this is Without Bias.
You're listening to Without Bias right here on 1116 SEN, your home of sport. Val Febbo with you for Bowls Australia. A Bowls Green is right around the corner, and search Bowls Greens near me. A big thank you to Dave Ferguson for joining me in the last seg to talk about Nationals and BPL 20. Well, now we're going to talk a bit more about the Oceania Challenge because the teams were selected a couple of weeks ago, and one of those 5 men that is going out of the 10 with 5 women as well is Cohen Litman from Queensland. Cohen, welcome to the show and congratulations on your selection.
Thanks for having me, Val. Yeah, I appreciate it.
How much does it mean to you, mate?
Whenever you put putting any representative shirt on, it's always an honour. But put the green and gold shirt on, it's probably the biggest honour you can have. And I just can't wait to be out there and representing the country.
Was it something you expected to happen so soon?
No, not this soon. But I know my results have been pretty good the last couple of years. But it's really good to be recognised this early in my career. When I found out, I didn't know what to think. It was a bit of a shock, but I'm just really excited.
Well, that was going to be my next question. What was your reaction when you found out? You said you were shocked, but what did you do initially, and who did you tell?
Well, the way we found out was through the Facebook post, and I didn't really know until I looked at my apprentice Hayden. He must have been scrolling through Facebook, and he saw it first, and he's like down there cheering and all that around the green. So when I saw him do it, I looked at it and I was like, oh wow, I'm in the team. I'm representing Australia. I don't know what to say.
And I know your parents are massive supporters of you, and your mum Beth is an absolute superstar of a human. So she must have been wrapped. Your dad must have been wrapped. And how were they when you told them?
Yeah, they were over the moon. They supported me through my whole career, and I think for them to see me where I am now, they're just absolutely ecstatic for me. And I don't know if they got teary at all, but I think I got a little bit when I told them. So they're absolutely over the moon that I'll be going over there.
Are they coming with you?
I think Mum was trying to plan to go over because we have relatives that live over there as well. So it was a good time for her to go and catch up with them. But we'll see what happens with some finances and stuff. But she hopes to be going over.
More than fair enough.
Dad's not really too fond on flying, so he might stay here.
Maybe take a boat over.
Yeah,
jump on a cruise ship.
Go on a cruise.
Yeah, why not? Live it out, and go on the water slide on the way down, and you don't have to fly. You can do it in style.
What?
But the faith of the selectors, how much does it mean to you to have that faith, and how special is it?
Yeah, it's incredibly special. Gaz sent me a message when the teams come out, and I'll thank you so much to you and all the selectors for having faith in me to pull on the green and gold. And I didn't expect to be skipping a rink there either, but I'm skipping the fours and triples, and that was probably a bigger honour to be like controlling the head and everything. So yeah, it's awesome.
Well, I'll speak to you about your team now. The men who you're going over with, Jack Lewis, Jack McShane, Joseph Clark and Beau Prideaux. How pumped are you to get to travel with them and share some brilliant experiences, and you'll get to team up with a lot of them, and some you've played with, some you haven't. So, how pumped are you?
Yeah, I'm pumped to play with those boys, and we're all really good mates. So we caught up with each other last week at the five side and talked about it, and I just can't wait to be a part of a team with them. I've been teamed up with Jack Lewis last year in the pennant for Engadine when I played with him, so we got a bit of chemistry still there. I think he's my third in the fours, so we know each other's game pretty well. So, Jack and Joseph, they're two good mates of mine. We get along really well, and I think those two in the pairs after their AO success, they'll go really well on the pairs as well. And Big Beau, you can't really hate him. He's the big cuddly bear. So I can't wait to be teamed up with all the boys.
Yeah, no, they're all a great bunch of fellas. So I'm looking forward to seeing how you guys go over there. And the women's team is pretty handy as well. How much do you know the five ladies in Olivia, Kate, Sophie, Samantha, and Chloe?
I don't really know too much about Olivia, but I know she's been setting the world on fire the last couple of years.
Big time.
Absolutely earned her spot there. Kate, Sam, Chloe, and Sophie, I know them pretty well. Playing with them, most of them in the development series. We all get along really well. So I'm really happy with the team that they put together to send over there.
Certainly, it's going to be amazing. And when you first put on the green and gold kit, Cohen, how proud do you think you're going to be?
I think I'll be really proud, a little bit teary, I reckon. Might have to get the tears out of the way when I'm at the room. Mate, when I put it on at home just to check it fit, and I looked in the mirror and I was like, I look pretty good in this. I could get used to this. So
that's amazing.
It's a great feeling.
That's amazing. And what are you looking forward to most in terms of travelling overseas for bowls? It's obviously something very different. You're going into foreign conditions, foreign environment, not too far considering it's New Zealand, but it's still different. So what are you looking forward to the most?
I went to New Zealand. I went to Christchurch in the Burnside Pairs 2 years ago with Nathan Black, and we won that. So I'm sort of used to the conditions over there now. I've had a couple of games there. So, but yeah, when you get into a different country, you got to try and adapt to the conditions as best as you can. So I presume we'll get there, and I think we get there about lunchtime whenever we fly over. We might go with some dinner or something, and then have a practice day so we can get used to the conditions of the greens and get to know each other's game plan and everything like that. But I love New Zealand. It's a really nice country, and I think, as I said, I got family over there as well, so they'll be there cheering me on. I don't know if they'll be cheering for me or New Zealand. So,
I'm sure we'll make sure they're cheering for you, mate.
Yeah. I might have to take some Australian supporter shirts over.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea. That's a very good idea. Now, one more before I let you go. In terms of prep for this tournament, what are you looking to try and do over the next few months?
I'm playing back-end bowls, so I'll be trying to work on the drive and back to a draw game out in the green, and practice drawing to the ditch and off-centre jacks and all that sort of thing, which is pretty much what I do now anyway. But it'll be, I think it's November we go over there, and November here the greens are through renovation time, so there won't be many quick greens around here, which probably won't help me too much when I go over there, but I'm sure I can adapt to the conditions over there pretty quickly.
You're a pretty adaptable character, Cohen, that's for sure, and we've seen that on home soil over the last couple of years. You're flying at the moment, and this selection is well and truly deserved, mate. So congratulations, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the green and gold in New Zealand in November. Cohen Litfin, thanks for joining me on Without Bias, and congratulations again.
Thanks, Val. Really appreciate it.
Cohen Litfin joining me on Without Bias. A big thank you to him for jumping on right at home, emerging Jackaroo. He's an out-and-out superstar of a person and on the green. He's been flying. So looking forward to seeing how he goes in November's Oceania Challenge. But that's about all we've got time for on tonight's program. A big thank you to Cohen and to Dave Ferguson for joining me on the program. And a big thank you to you for listening. You can stay in touch with Bowls, of course, at bowls.com.au or Bowls Australia's social media channels on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube and LinkedIn. Or you can subscribe to the Right Line, BA's official podcast, wherever you get your podcasts from and any good podcast provider. But from me, Val Febbo, that's all we've got time for on Without Bias. Have a great night and we'll catch you next week.